Hey guys, this is Tan Colbert of Colbert Tech Repair, and this is today's tech news. It seems that delivery drones could be skyjackers' heaven. Well, it seems that a person bought a drone that you can buy just for recreational use for about $400, and he added a Raspberry Pi to it, and so he uses this to hack into the wireless network of the other user on the drone. And what he does with this is this allows him to disconnect their Wi-Fi and connect their Wi-Fi to his network, so he can control his drone and their drone at the same time. It's also not clear if the U.S. military drones are safe from this. Skyjack is only currently built for consumer drones, so it's highly unlikely that the military is using the same drones or protocols. However, it is always possible that military drones are exploitable, and it's important that the security researchers scrutinize these before more malicious people do. So this is coming to light of the Amazon saying that they want to have delivery drones and China saying that they want to do drone deliveries. So somebody has found a way to hack consumer drones, and hopefully this will not lead to military and delivery drones, but we'll have to see. There's been a flashlight app on Android that has hacked into people's phones. Now, first off, let me say that you really need to check the app permissions on your Android devices before you download them. Something such as a flashlight app should not have access to your Facebook or your contacts or anything like that. It should just have to have access to your camera, and that would be it. Now, it seems like there was a super popular app called the Brightest Flashlight Free app, and it has been sharing Android users' unique device IDs and precise physical locations with advertisers. The company deceived consumers by presenting them with an option to not share their information, even though it was shared automatically, rendering the option meaningless. That's wonderful, especially when you consider the silly little app was downloaded more than 50 million times. So up to 50 million Android users have had their device's location and unique device IDs sent to advertising companies to target them at their locations. But the company that produced the app has agreed to delete the data it's collected, clean up its privacy policy, and give users more control over the data as part of the FTC settlement. The threat of EMP attacks is real. If you're not familiar with EMP weapons, pulses of electromagnetic radiation can melt conductors, disabling just about any electrical system or electronic device. So there's a company called Fraunhofer Institute in Germany that's now created a device that can defend against EMP attacks. Now, while the institute can't actually defend against the effects of an EMP weapon, it can detect its strength, frequency, and location of an attack. They rarely give up more information than they need to, and this is no exception, so we have to do some guessing on how the instrument actually works. Now, it appears that each antenna covers a quadrant of 90 degrees, so that'd be a full 360 degree look, and there's a high frequency module that can determine when a pulse starts and stops. So the computer then tallies this information to work out where the EMP originated from, how long it lasted, and what kind of EMP blast we're talking about, whether it's weaponized, nuclear, or non-nuclear. So those affected by the attack can use this information to mount a rapid and appropriate protective response. Now, at this point, the device only works for small EMP attacks, non-nuclear EMPs that really have a very small localized effects. Now, there was apparently a nuclear EMP that North Korea recently obtained from Russia based on an atomic bomb, and would thus have enough energy to melt every electrical system and electronic device for hundreds of miles. So, this new instrument would only be useful in defending against small non-nuclear EMPs, and again, it would only help you locate the attacker after the EMP went off. So if you're the target of a nuclear EMP, there really isn't anything you can do besides covering yourself with lead. Is about all you can do. Build a bunker filled with lead and risk lead poisoning, but your computer will be safe. So just how common are low-level EMP attacks? The Institute says that at least one criminal group in Berlin has used suitcase-sized EMP devices to crack the security of limousines. Similar devices can be used to overcome alarm systems, though no real-world examples have been given. In general, the Institute says that consumer-grade devices such as smartphones and cars are at most risk from these suitcase EMPs, and industrial systems usually have enough shielding that you need a serious EMP device to cause damage. So at least the Fraunhofer Institute is trying to develop something to where if we do get attacked by an EMP, that we can find out what country it came from and react accordingly, but it cannot protect us from the EMP itself. And finally, there is a new type of malware that can transmit through speakers and microphones. So, a few weeks ago, a security researcher named Dragos Ryui publicly claimed that computers in his labs were being infected by some sort of stealthy over-the-air transmission method. It only required ordinary speakers and microphones to transmit the malware from system to system. This bug is nicknamed Bad BIOS. Now there's proof that at least one key aspect of Bad BIOS's supposed design isn't science fiction. So, a malware can be sent over speakers into a microphone recording device, but it is not certain how this will affect everything else. The attack can be guarded against by implementing a bandpass filter that blocks sounds below a certain threshold. Alternatively, it seems one can simply configure computers to use only headphones without microphones, such as these Sennheiser's 598 HDs, or by removing speakers altogether. It should be noted that while the malware is dangerous, it requires additional software like a keylogger to truly function well. It seems that this type of malware isn't widespread, and there's not much of it that exists right now. So really all you need to do is, if you are afraid of this, which you really shouldn't be yet, but it could be a possibility in the future, is if you use headphones like I do, just use your headphones and keep your microphone turned off. When I'm not using my Yeti, I keep it muted, so no audio can get through it, and then you should be fine. So if this does end up happening in the future, then all you have to do is turn off your speakers, and you should be safe. Alright guys, this has been Tan Colbert of Colbert Tech Repair. I hope you enjoyed this week's tech news. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me here on YouTube or follow me on Twitter at TanColbert92 to stay in the loop about all future giveaways and videos. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/ColbertTechRepair. See you next time.